Is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're jumping right into the video today. Why in the world did I get a KTM 890 Adventure? Why did I get this bike when we already have the KLX 300, also have the KLX 140, and also have the CBF or the CB 500F? Why did we add another motorcycle to the fleet? Why did I get this thing? What's this whole story about? We're jumping into the video today. But guys, if you are new to the channel and you love anything when it comes down to adventuring, off-roading, motorcycling, check out the channel. We do a ton of stuff here where we go out, test stuff, have fun, do some adventuring, and really get out there and really get after it. So if you like this type of content, check out the channel. But yeah, we're jumping right into the video today. So yes, this is my new to me KTM 890. And why in the world did I get this vehicle? If you guys, quick backstory, I did pick this up literally when we went back to our hometown, Buffalo, New York. Literally loaded it up on the trailer, drove it back all the way to Southern California with me. And yeah, it's here now. Been doing some slowly modifications to it. Actually, I just had the bike for not that long, got some modification to it. Nothing too crazy right now. Just changed out the mirrors, got the tusk bag, got a rear bag. A couple other things we're gonna be doing to the bike, but yeah. So far, relatively, it's stock, but I plan on doing more things to it. But why in the world did I get this bike? So a couple main reasons. For me, truly the adventure style bike is like, or the ADV, something about it. I've never had one before, but I am so interested in it. Now, we do have dirt bikes that we take off-road and we go out into the desert and we like take that thing out there all the time. So we do go out into the dirt. Really for me, I came from riding street bikes most of the time, and I took a long break from riding motorcycles until we moved out here. And then that's when I got into dirt bikes, when I got into off-roading and stuff like that. I really wanted to get into motorcycling again, and I got into dirt bikes, so smaller dirt bikes, taking them out to the desert, go to OHV areas and stuff like that, where you can just ride in the middle of nowhere, really have fun, and just go crazy. So I have always liked that, especially in recent years. Like, I've really gotten into that, but I wanted to ride more and more on the street too. And if you know anything about like me and my wife, like on this channel, we do a lot of like long distance type of traveling and like adventuring, and like with the travel trailer and stuff like that. So I definitely like that idea of doing like touring, but also being able to go off-road and camp and stuff like that. So like stuff that we do with the truck and trailer, I want to experiment with that, doing that with just the motorcycle itself. Like my goal eventually, I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but at some point in time, I would love to do a motorcycle trip up to Alaska. Like that is my goal. And I know it's a lot, it's a big goal, but that is a goal. So we will see what happens with that. But I wanted something that I can eventually do that with. But yeah, with that in mind, when I was looking to get another motorcycle, the CB 500F, we bought that like, I don't even know how long ago. That one is technically more of my wife's bike. I mean, I would ride it around, but that's definitely more of my wife's bike. It's shorter, and it's like, it was meant for her to ride more on the street. I knew I wanted something a little bit bigger for myself, and it really came down to, I was looking at a couple different options when it really came down to like the motorcycle. I wanted an ADV bike, even though I will say, I did go back and forth and thinking like, should I get a adventure bike or should I just get like a street dedicated bike, something that would be smaller and like have one that's fully dedicated to the street, and then just have the dirt bikes that are just meant for the dirt that we could do the stuff like that. So I did look at actually like the KTM I looked at the KTM 890 Duke, this normal version. Got a chance to test drive one of those, rode that around. I thought that was cool, and I thought I was gonna like really like that bike, but after seeing this bike in comparison, this is just more of what I want. Adventure 390, and I also was trying to like look at I think the Enduros, the ones that didn't come out yet. I was looking, even like waiting to get that. But after sitting on the 390, I was just like, oh, it just felt a little bit too small just for me. I'm a little bit taller, so it just felt just a little bit too small. But honestly, getting the 390, I really thought about it. It was cheaper And there's like a lot of people say a lot of great things about those bikes too. So it wasn't anything really against the 390. It was just like physically when I got on it, I was like, oh, I think I just felt a little bit too big for the bike, if that makes sense. And then once I got on the 890, not gonna lie to you, I was like, oh, I definitely like this. It feels nice, and it just kind of just fit kind of me a little bit better. But yeah, but that's not to say there's nothing against the 390 or anything like that, or any of the other bikes. But just for me personally, I gravitated more towards this. So I did look at some other KTMs. I also did cross shop with like the Yamaha, some BMWs and stuff like that. But for me personally, something about the KTM I was just more drawn to, and I don't know, it was just because like my lack of, I've never had one. I've always been interested in KTM. It kind of just drew me in. So I did take a look at some other bikes briefly, but really I was looking at the KTM just brand mostly. Like I know this bike is not perfect, and yes, there's still a couple things I'm still trying to figure out with this bike. This bike isn't perfect. Some other people complained about the startups, which my bike, I haven't had any problems with that. Having issues with it just starting up when it's cold. Sometimes they'll say it'll run on one cylinder. I haven't really had that issue, so knock on gas tank, no issues with that. So that's been good. So I know this bike is not perfect. There are some flaws here and there, but for me, this bike serves a purpose that I really want. So there's a couple things that this bike has in particular. This bike I did buy pre-owned, but whoever had it before me, they unlocked the tech pack, and to me that just unlocks so many different like elements. Because before in the past, like my dream bike back like years and years ago was a BMW S1000 RR, because I think it had like heated grips and some other technology features and stuff like that. But I'm like, holy smokes, this bike has cruise control, the quick shifter, and heated grips. To me, I'm just like, wow, that's literally everything that I want when it comes down to like touring. Like the cruise control factor alone is great with the heated grips. Like I'm like, that's amazing. Because even when I was trying to explain it to my wife, like when I came from like my old street bikes were like early 2000s. So for me, like jumping into stuff like, especially like nowadays, like with so many more features, even the CB 500F has so many more features and stuff like that, that it really just makes me be like, wow, like riding bikes now is completely different than what it was years and years ago. There's so many more features, so many more aids, which I think is good and bad. I think it's like, honestly, you should ride without the aids so you can learn how to like downshift properly and everything like that. But that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. But yeah, I think that was like a big drawing feature for me, is just how much further bikes have come in recent years that really made me want to get back into riding it. But yeah, now when it comes down to the bike itself, really this bike in particular, I wanted something that was going to be bigger so I could take it on longer travel like days on the highway, and I can take this thing further. So my goal is to be able to really ride this thing, like have this be basically like the main adventure vehicle besides for the truck. And that is one of the things I was even talking to my other friend about. Like the nice feature about having this type of bike, especially on like the West Coast, is that you can actually use it. There's plenty of roads where we can't take the dirt bikes, for example, like trails. Now with the dirt bikes that are just completely off-road vehicles only, you can mostly take those to OHV areas. You can't really take them to like trails and stuff like that, where those are technically like roads. Yeah, so the nice thing about this is that we can take this actually on dedicated like trails and stuff like that. And we can also take it to off-road, only areas as well. Granted, it's not gonna do as well as the dirt bike. It's definitely definitely a bigger bike, like for sure. I'm gonna do a video like comparing like a true like, one cylinder like dirt bike compared to this. Definitely like two different beasts, but it is very interesting, like just the comparison of both bikes. But I wanted something I can take onto trails and stuff like that. And we can, I can ride on the highway, get there, do a trail, come back, or if I want to do, other stuff, I could do that. But this is like, my main goal is have this be my main adventuring vehicle. And honestly, I kind of want to like turn this into my like daily for the city. But yeah, this is the new bike. This is what its introduction to the channel. I'm going to be doing more videos with this thing, definitely more riding videos and stuff like that. I think I finally dialed in my like camera setup on the motorcycle. I'm trying to dial that in, get that set up so I can like ride this more do videos while I'm actually driving and like can talk about the bike more. So we'll do that. And then we'll definitely get the CBF out, you know, more for sure. Speaking of adventures, if you haven't seen the video when we bought this motorcycle home, check this video out right here. This was a crazy video. We towed this motorcycle with this trailer behind me with my truck all the way 2,500 miles across country. That was a crazy adventure. Check that video out. Subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next one.